Hello everyone and welcome back to A Bit Tactical, where today I'm going to be going over the Incursor Marksman for the Phobos strike team. Just like with all my other videos, at the end of this video will be the rules read portion at this timestamp, in which I will just read all the rules as they are and explain them. However, for everybody else that wants to go straight into the guide and find out what exactly it is you want your marksman to be doing, that part is for you right now. Your Incursor Marksman is your killer. He has P1, hitting on 2s, 3-4. It doesn't sound too crazy, but believe me when I say it's actually pretty crazy, okay? Because having all hits is a thing that actually does occur with him a lot, actually. I would say like 80 to 90% of the time when you're shooting with him, you're going to be getting almost every single one of your hits. And if you have deadly shots, which turning point 2 onward you really should have, then you're going to almost always get that hit, all 4 hits, which means at most your opponent can just block 2, which means you're doing anywhere from 6 to 8 damage every single time you shoot with this guy, which with a horde team kills them or injures them or kills them. With a elite team, it severely wounds them. And that's not to mention that he can do a few powerful things, right? Track target, which gives you the guard action on any board, not just Gallo Darks or Into the Dark, which is just such a great thing. You really don't get diminished at all by doing this. It's actually kind of an insane character. Again, you don't have any like crazy like gunners or piercing 2 things, but you do have this guy, which can be pretty damn close. All the while, he ignores obscuring. If you pair him up with the Voxbreaker, he also gets Seek Light. Yeah, the main thing with your Incursor Marksman is positioning. You do want to get those 2 shots off. If you don't, it's not the end of the world. However, getting those 2 shots off at somebody almost guarantees a kill. And it's just so good to bait people out with your marksman. He is such a high value target that people will want to shoot him. So if you shoot twice and then drop a smoke grenade right on top of you, or have somebody else drop a smoke grenade on top of you, you ignore obscuring. You can shoot through a smoke grenade. That's the beautiful thing, is that for everybody else that doesn't ignore obscuring, they can't shoot through that smoke grenade, right? They can have the safety of it, but you get the best of both worlds. You can have your cake and eat it too. You get the safety of obscurement, you can pair it up with cover, and you can still shoot out of it unimpaired. That is beautiful, okay? That is beautiful. He's a perfect defensive model, and he's a perfect offensive model. You can't go wrong with him. Getting him on Vantage isn't actually that big of a deal. However, if you do get him up on Vantage, you're really going to be cooking, okay? You're going to be wiping people out every single turning point, every single time you activate this guy. That is the scenario where you have your Voxbreaker nearby or your veteran nearby, you throw up a smoke grenade with them, and then you just have your marksman just boom, 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 shooting, forcing your opponent to either come up into a bad position to try to kill you and stop this from happening, or they just take that damage no matter what. Super strong model. Always bring the marksman. Now we're going to go on to the rules read portion of this video. If you like the video, like it, subscribe, all that. Remember, guys, the people who go straight to the guide part, I like you more than the other people. 100%. Do not go to the other end of the video, to the actual end of this video, okay? Just stop here and don't worry about it. In my real opinions of you, okay? I like you better. All right, go on to the rules. Your Incursor Marksman is going to come at you with 3 APL, a 7-inch move, a 3-up save, and 12 wounds. He comes with the Stalker Marksman Bolt Carbine, which has 4 attacks, hitting on 2s, 3-4, lethal 5, which means he crits on 5 pluses, and piercing 1, which means your opponent rolls 1 less save die, so they only roll 2 save dice. And he has Fist, which is 4 attacks, hitting on 3s, 3-4 damage. His special ability is Track Target, which means he can use the guard action, which means you can interrupt somebody's actions in order to get a free shooting attack at them. However, and you can activate this while you're concealed, but you must switch to engage when you go with the shooting attack. And there are a few things about guard you have to know. Number one, at the end, you don't actually interrupt the person. You're interrupting like between actions. So if they're moving, they're allowed to complete that full movement in order for them, and then you can do your free shooting attack. So that means that if they move, and then they move into your line of sight and then out of your line of sight, you can no longer shoot them. So they have to be a completely viable target for you to shoot in order to get this. So that means if they are concealed and then they get into cover, and you could have shot them, right? You actually still can't shoot them. They're concealed, they're in cover, they're not a viable shooting target. They have to be a viable shooting target first and foremost, and they have to complete their action. So, for example, let's say they were attacking somebody or in the middle of combat with somebody. Then, once they do that, and then they either kill them, they have to kill that model, and then they're a completely fine operative to attack, you can then strike at them. If they complete a mission action, you can then shoot at them. If they do a shooting action against somebody else, you can shoot back at them. That's basically the rule and how to use them. Now, for everybody that did this rules read portion, remember, I like you better than the other guys. I do. That's why you should subscribe and like and comment always and forever. Okay, guys, I'll see you next time.